Hi folks, Roland Martin here and welcome to my YouTube channel. A couple months ago I did a nice film with my good fishing buddy Jerry Brousseau. We were up around Sebring. We were taking this Lowrance active target unit and we were spotting the fish out there in front of us and we were casting to them and catching them. Nice big 4 and 5 pound bass. And it's worked a couple times now, and so now it's really a big deal. Well, I'll put mine on. Jerry came by yesterday. It took us about 5 or 6 hours, and I'll just tell you a little bit about what I got going on. Well, first of all, this is the Lowrance active target, and what this is that special transducer right here that it mounts. You can either put it in the down mode, you can put it out in the forward mode, or you can put it out in the scanning mode, way up shallow. So anyway, this has the brackets for the trolling motor. Now I happen to have a transducer on the trolling motor, so I decided not to put it on the trolling motor. There's another kind of a deal that I put it on the trolling motor, but this I put it on the shaft, okay? It's nice big heavy cable. Now to do that, what we had to do is we had to take our drills. Took about an hour now just to do this part. We didn't have to take the trolling motor off. That was pretty an easy deal. But this whole front panel right here, what we had to do, we had to take these drills and we had to take these screws out. And it wasn't a big deal. It was about 15 of them. They come out, and then I'm going to put this back in. And then we get to the wiring system. So what we ended up doing is we got these heavy wires. See all these big giant wires? These are really big heavy wires. And that's the big heavy wire system. And here's all the fuses for it. And that's all held in position now, but that's all run through a big bunch of tubing up forward. Now this is the brains of the system right here. And it has to be drilled and put in the boat. And I'm telling you, this just running that wire is a couple-hour deal. Then I had to take these tie wraps, and there's another tube up in there, and I had to take tie wraps and take another hour or so, and take all those cables and run them along there, and then take the coat hangers and get all the way up front, do the same thing up front. Anyway, I just want to tell you how long this takes. Jerry and I worked on it, and his son actually helped us too. It took us about 5 or 6 hours. It took 5 or 6 hours to put this thing in. But it works perfect now. So I'm going to just tell you, if you want to do this, you can spend $500 and get it done by a professional, or you can do it yourself. But it's going to take you 5 or 6 or 7 hours to put this in and tie wrap everything in and run all the wires and just get it all perfect, because there's just a whole lot of connections involved. And you have to follow the manual. It's not that hard to do, but you end up with the live target system. Okay, so in the morning I'm going to take you out on the same video and I'm going to show you how that active target works. It's really amazing. Hey, don't go away. Okay folks, yesterday I introduced my active target that I just put on. Now Jerry Brousseau and we did the finishing touches. Took us 6 or 8 hours to rig it up, and now this is the acid test. I'm going to use it for the first time. I have been using these before. Now Jerry has one on his boat, and we've done a couple real successful films in lakes kind of like this one. Let me explain this lake real quick. This is a gravel pit, and so when they dug this lake, there's a big ridge right out there that I know of. There's another big ridge over there. There's a ridge down the center, and all these ridges have drop-offs to them. And so I'll go along with the active target, and I'm going to try to scan with the trolling motor, scan and try to locate fish. And I have a whole variety of lures to throw. I get things like topwater, I get worms, I get Carolina rigs, I have the we got spinner, everything. We got a little bit of everything. Swim baits, and of course one of the big things is the jackhammer chatterbait. So that's been a good one. Okay, let me turn this on and get it on the active target mode, and I'll show you what I'm looking for, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go to the depth finder main screen, and I'm gonna hit the active target button right here, active target. Now the active target comes up. Now what we're looking at out there, we're looking at about, I guess that's the depth on out there, and then that's just the bottom. But anyway, right now, it's pointed, if you notice, the depth finder is pointed that way. So what this is gonna do, this is gonna show me what the depth finder is swinging on. So as I turn the trolling motor, it will scan like radar and show me what's out there. So let me turn this front one on, okay? And I'll do the same thing with the front one. I'll hit active target right there, Active target comes up. Now I'm going to scan real slowly with the trolling motor. If you watch this trolling motor, I'm just going to move it just a little bit, see how it moves. I'm going to move it just a little bit, move it just a little bit, and it moves a little bit more. Okay, see now I'm going over to that shoreline over here. Okay, let me put the power pole up, and I'll get over to the shoreline. I'm going to take this chatterbait to start with, and I have a jackhammer chatterbait. It's a 1/2 ounce chatterbait with a D-shad on it, and whatever I see, I'm just going to throw at that fish. I don't see any fish right now. I don't see any fish. Now see, I'm just going to kind of scan back and forth. There, I'm in deep water there. I'm in shallow water here. I'm going to scan over here. I'm going to start off on that shoreline right there. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I'll just kind of keep looking. Okay, I'm going to keep looking. I'm watching this depth finder. I'm watching the depth finder. It's scanning out about 33 feet out, so it's going to be about to the edge of those lily pads. So, okay. I'm scanning around. I don't see anything. I don't see anything there. There's a fish right there in front of me. Let's see, I just saw one just right there a minute ago. Let's see. I'll have to just go real slow. And to get used to this thing, I don't know how to. Just have to go real slow right now. Let's see if I can't find a fish. There's fish right there. Oh, he'll hit my worm. My worm's right there too. Ah, I had a strike. I had a strike. I had a strike. Right where the fish was. I just had a strike. I just had a strike. I just felt him. He just hit it. He just hit it. I missed him. I don't know what it was, but he was right there. And I saw the fish, and I threw it out there, and he hit my worm. And I didn't set the hook right. It could have been something like a small bass. It could have been, I don't know what it was. Let me get out there again. Find out where this thing is. Big bunch of fish right there. Right in line with that, right there. And they're out 60 feet. So I'm gonna get right out that way. And that's where the fish are. That's where I'm gonna catch them. Right there where I threw. A whole bunch of fish, right on the top of that hill. I got him, son. Not much of a fish. Hey, but I can see them. I can see them just laying there. These are only small fish, but I can see them on the depth finder. Hey, this is electronics working for you, son. This is what it's all about. This is maybe not the biggest fish in the world, but it's representative of how to do it. This unit's working perfect. I can see the hill, I can see the fish, and with the right lure, hey, bam, game over. See, there's the hill right there. It's 45 feet away. Look at this thing right here. Look. It's 40 feet. See the fish right there? It's 45 feet away. We're coming right on it, and that glob is right there. That's right there. That's where the glob is. The motor's right down that way. I throw it. It's 40 feet, so I throw it right down the pike right there. I'm just right on top of the hill. I'm right on top of the fish. Fish are about 5 or 6 feet this way. Okay, I'm coming up on it now. I'm dragging up on it. Dragging up on it. I'm gonna get one. Come on. I'm gonna get one. A bunch of little ones on this thing. Here's one. I got him, son. I got him. Bunch of little ones. Hey, that's all right. I got him, son. Well, you can see These aren't the big fish, but we've definitely found a school of fish. We've definitely located the exact spot to throw, and everything's working just exactly perfect, except they're just not big fish. But the unit's working perfect, and actually target's a real deal. So, hey, maybe we'll catch a big fish after all. But right now, a bunch of little ones. I'm gonna hit spot lock. I got on spot lock, and I'm gonna throw right towards that white little deal right here, 40 foot. And hopefully the spot lock will hold everything in place, and the school of fish is just right here. We'll find out. So I got it on spot lock. And the motor's steering itself. Oh, there's one. I got him. I'll tell you what, folks. Hey, when you get them all nailed in, that's the way to catch them. See, you can put them in spot lock. I know this is just representative. This is just little bitty bass, and let's forget about the size. But the technique is right. The technique, we got the right technique. We found the right structure. We found the fish. We found it. We got a good lure. So everything's kind of really working. It's not the biggest fish in the world. Now that I got it on spot lock, I can get to the back of the boat. I can do all kind of stuff. Boy, what a deadly combination, having spot lock and this active target. Now that I'm locked into the position, I mean, I'm sitting right here now. I know where the school is, and I can make cast after cast in the exact same spot. And you know, if it were really it could be a tournament winning spot. This isn't. This is just a small bass, but nevertheless, it's the right combination. It's the right combination, son. It's just little ones, but representative of the exact way of doing it. I mean, this is exactly what we do when we find schools of big fish. Find the structure, you know, lock it down. And in this case, I don't use the old style way of putting a marker out. I could have electric motored over that thing and put a marker there and then cast it to the marker. That's still a valid way of doing it. Okay, boys. Well, we have to look for a bigger school. These are kind of small. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them right there, and they're right about 40 feet out, so that's right in there, and be coming in about 6 or 7 feet deep. Right about in there is where they are. Must be garfish or something other than bass. They didn't bite. There's one, boys. I got one finally. I could see one. I could see him. And there he is, son. That's a decent one. Yeah, finally I could spot him. I saw him laying off those lily pads. It's not much of a deal, and I threw the crankbait to him. I guess I could probably lift him up. Maybe not. That's a decent bass. Well, anyway, it's been kind of slow today. I really haven't figured them out, but I've had a ball because I've seen so many fish today. It's just been a fantastic day, and it's all a learning experience. Like I say, every day that I fish, I find different situations. Today I didn't catch a whole lot of big ones, but hey, tomorrow is going to be another day, and I'm going to figure out more and more about how to work this active target. But the main thing is, it's working just perfect The active target is 100% doing its job, and they're catching some fish, but I'm seeing fish, and it's so much fun fishing for them. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching my YouTube channel, and thanks for subscribing. I'm just doing so good, but right now, hey, I'm back to on the ball game. I got to figure this thing out. Hey, but stay tuned, because I'm going to have this active target figured out in weeks to come. Okay, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.